We're going to talk about the so-called healthcare summit that's coming up later this week, and just exactly what it is and what we think it might be. I have a concern that what they are offering is nothing more than another press event. The White House this morning unveiled Senate Bill 2, if you will, but not really, because they didn't give us a bill nor legislative language. They gave us about 12 pages of things that they said that this was Obama's offer of compromising with the Republicans. It seems the starting point for this, quote, bipartisan summit that is being offered by the White House, the starting point is going to be the Senate bill, which stands about 3 feet high when stacked on top of it. Everybody in America has seen that bill, and they've seen the House bill too. It's so heavy that the average citizen couldn't lift it without a forklift, and yet this seems to be still the starting point that the president is going forward with. We're hearing this is an attempt at a bipartisan effort. Well, I would argue that there's a better way to show a bipartisan effort. Now, what have the American people said about these gigantic intrusions into their private life? They've said, we don't want the Senate bill, and we don't want the House bill. We don't want something that is so gigantic and creates so many agencies and bureaus and groups and advisors and spends so much money, $1 trillion here and $1 trillion there. We don't want that. They're asking us to let them be part of the process. Let them be able to read without the legalese, as we used to call it in the courtroom, which nobody can understand but the lawyer who wrote it. The president has had, and I would argue still has, but the timeline is getting short, has a golden opportunity to step up and make this a true summit on bipartisanship. But it should start at a minimum with him doing what John Boehner did on the floor of this House and dropping those two bills in a trash can and saying, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to work out our issues. So it is a media event that's being created by the White House. The campaign is over, Mr. President. It's time for us to sit down and act like we're supposed to.